We are very pleased to welcome Susan to Live at 5 this evening. Thanks for coming to see us.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Let's start by talking about your interest in natural medicine. Was this something that you were always aware of throughout your life and had an interest in, or did it really come after your diagnosis?
Well, I had no interest in it, and I had gone to a naturopath before my diagnosis because a friend had suggested it, but I had no idea anything about it, and I didn't pay attention to my appointment because I really didn't know what to ask. It wasn't until I was diagnosed that I really felt I had to really learn more about it. So I just delved in, and started researching everything and anything I could get my hands on.
Now, your story is quite exceptional. To hear that you were handed this diagnosis and a year later told you were cancer-free. Do you see it as an exception?
No, I see it as an exception at the time, but since then, with reading all of that I've read, I realize now that it's actually been written and documented since the 1930s that your body can heal itself naturally. And there's an awful lot, there's thousands upon thousands of people that use natural medicine as a preventative and for curing not just cancer, but other illness as well.
Now ears have perked up all across the Maritimes. Let's talk about balance. Tell us what balance means. It's an acronym.
That's right. B is actually for body. That chapter it talks about your body and how important it is to take responsibility for it. The A is for acid alkaline. If your body is alkaline, disease will not grow. The L actually stands for lymph and liver, so that chapter talks about different ways that you can take care of both. They're both essential and talks about detoxification and different methods to do that. The next A stands for additives and chemicals, and that's basically I couldn't find things that didn't have them in hardly at all at first, and it took a while to learn that. So I put the basics in the book so everybody can have that opportunity. The N, of course, stands for nutrition. Again, vitamins and minerals, too much is just as much as too little, so balance is really important. C stands for coping skills, and E is for exercise.
Is this book just for people who suffer from a chronic illness, Susan?
Oh, absolutely not. It's a really good preventative. It's also good for any other illness or disease, whether it's chronic or just surface.
Were you surprised that there wasn't more information like this available for you when you needed it?
Absolutely, and I was really lucky that I had the opportunity. I wasn't given a week to live or a month to live. That I had the opportunity to read the books that I read, and one of the good things was I've always loved reading, and I can read a 400-page book in a day and retain what I've read and find the fine thread. And so because I was able to do that, even when I was sick and shaking and had anxiety and panic attacks, and I had to have a bowl next to me so in case I was sick while I was doing the research. But the main thing was I was able to do it and read through the books and find the information. So then I thought, well, how could somebody that's really sick and maybe doesn't like to read and isn't able to get through books, how are they going to get through all the books it took me to be able to find the information I needed? And so what I did, that's why I composed the book I did, so that it would make it so much easier.
And the book again is called Balance, Nature's Way to Heal Your Body. It's by Susan Manion MacDonald. And Susan, it's available at bookstores all across our region and at a library near you, so check it out.